Okay, class. In this lesson, 3-4b, we are going to use that slope and y-intercept that you found in 3-4a, and we're going to use that to graph a line. This is how we graph a line so that we don't have to go through and always pick 0, 1, 5, 10, etc. for x and do the calculations and find out what y equals. We can actually use the slope and the y-intercept in order to graph. The first thing we're going to do, and again we're going to use that equation that you have to memorize, or that formula. It's really an equation, y equals mx plus b. We're going to use that. The first thing we're going to do is find that y-intercept. Remember again that that is 0b. Okay? We're going to then graph that point. Now remember, we're going to find the slope from the equation. That's m. And then we're going to use that slope to help us find other points. And we're going to start from that y-intercept, and we're going to count up and right, or down and left. Or sometimes we will count up and left and down and right. So you're going to have to hang with me here, okay? We're going to then also draw a line through the points that we have put down. So let's look at example 1. 3/5 x plus 4. In other words, 3 over 5 times x plus 4. Our intercept is the 4. That's the b. So we're going to graph 0, 4. Our slope is 3 over 5. Now, remember, this is a positive number, and that's going to make a difference. If it's a positive number, we are going to move up and right, or we're going to move down and left. What we do is start at 0, 4. We're going to move 3 units up, and then we're going to move 5 units right to graph a second point. And we can constantly repeat that in order to graph more points. Then you can also move, if you want to, we can move 3 units down and 5 units left. Now remember, with a positive slope, it's up and right, down and left. Do you remember that we want a slope that is going to be able to walk up? That means we're going to be in quadrants 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Okay, so here we go. We're going to graph that 0, 4. And this is going to be a little hard to show. I'm going to put little dots on this grid. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 up, and then we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to our right. And we can do it again. 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. Then I go back to that 0, 4, and I go 1, 2, 3 down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to my left. I go 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to my left. Now I connect the dots. I have drawn my line by using slope and y-intercept. Let's go to example 2. Example 2 is another positive slope, so therefore hit pause, and then I'll go over the problem. Okay, here my intercept, my b, is 0. Remember, this is like plus 0, x plus 0. So I'm going to graph 0, 0. The coefficient of x, the m, is my slope, and it's 1. It's positive 1. I'm going to start at 0, 0. I will move 1 unit up, 1 unit right to graph more points. I can also move 1 unit down and 1 unit left to graph points as well. And I can continue to graph a lot of points. So I start at 0, 0. I move up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. Now, do you notice what's happening? I'm actually going through all the corners of the little squares. I like to call these the kitty corner type lines. And I can go ahead and just carefully draw all the way through. Or I can go down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. And I can continue the pattern by going through the corners. Having trouble drawing this one. Sorry, guys and gals. Down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. And there we go. So that is how I draw the next one. And again, I've got a positively sloped line. So I want to be able to walk up. Let's move on to example 3. This time I've got a negative slope. Oh, I lost my y equals. Negative 3 plus x. My b is 4, so I'm going to graph 0, 4. My slope is negative 3. Now listen, take note. The slope is a negative number. I need to move up and left and down and right. Otherwise, I'm not going to be in quadrants 2 and 4. Remember, I want to be able to walk down this line. So I am going to graph 0, 4. Better get the right intercept here. Now remember, negative 3 equals negative 3 over 1. So I'm going to move 3 units up and 1 unit left to graph more points. And then I can also move 3 units down and 1 unit right to graph more points. So I'm going to start at 0, 4. 1, 2, 3, up. 1 to my left. 1, 2, 3, up. 1 to my left. I go back to 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, down, 1 to my left. 1, 2, 3, down, 1 to my right. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, down, 1 to my right. 1, 2, 3, down, 1 to my right. And I can't go any further because I'll be off my grid. Now I can graph my line. And that last bottom part doesn't look so good. Sorry, guys and gals. But the top part of the line should look better. Okay? So that is a negatively sloped line, and my slope is negative 3 over 1. Remember, when you have whole numbers, that means that the number goes over 1. Let's try example 4. Negative 2 over 5. This lesson's going to be a little longer because we're going to go for it. My intercept is going to be negative 2. My slope is going to be negative 2/5. That means I'm going to graph 0, negative 2. Now, my slope is negative 2/5. Negative means I want to be in quadrants 2 and 4. I want to go down my line. So I'm going to go 2 up, 1, 2, and then 5 to my left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to my left. Now, I'm going to come back to my intercept at 0, -2 and go 1, 2 down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to my right. 1, 2 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to my right. Now I connect my dots. And that completes lesson 3, 4B, Scouting Out.